Hey everyone, it's day 4 aboard the Global Mercy, and it's Monday, which means it's a regular work week that we are starting into, the first full work week of our Senegal 2023 field service, which is very exciting. And I am even more excited because I am going to start going around and finding people to talk to interview. So I sent out the call to people on the Global Mercy to see if any were interested in being showcased and already got a few responses. So we're just gonna head out and see where the day takes us. All right, I am in one of the wards right now, the F ward. It's cool to get a glimpse of this before patients come on Friday, I believe. I'm working on filming hospital chaplaincy videos, and then we'll be heading to the Galley later to get a tour. So just a really fun atmosphere as everyone is preparing for what we've been waiting for so long, for patients to be filling these beds soon. I'm already so overjoyed to see that there are windows in the wards. Something that they did not have on the Africa Mercy, and it's a beautiful gift of light for the patients, that they can know what time of day it is and they can look out and see something that is familiar when they're on this very unfamiliar ship. Clementine, I was just thinking, how long have we known each other?
Oh, I babysit you. I met you the first time when Wesley was just born.
Oh my, so I was like 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like 25 years ago.
So I babysit you and Wesley.
Oh, okay. I was talking to someone at dinner and they were like, how long have you known Clementine? And I thought, I can't remember a time I didn't know you.
Yeah.
I just finished filming a little bit for the hospital chaplaincy videos. Gonna make my way up to my cabin, and then we'll be having a series of meetings tonight with various people to interview, so let's keep going. That is, if I can find my way through this hospital, which is so big. All right, we're here for our tour from Morgan. There she is. So glad that she's gonna give us the professional tour. Hi, Morgan.
GLM Galley.
Oh, thank you. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Well, take us around your workplace.
Absolutely. So coming in, this is our hot side. This is where we prepare all the warm food. On the galley side, we have 4 big tilt skillets that we use throughout the day. This would be pretty much the same as if we were using like a little saute pan or something like that. But when you're cooking for thousands of people, you have to do it a lot bigger. So we have 4 of those here. We make soup every day for lunch, and so when we do that, we do it in our big liter pots. So this is the hot side.
Wow.
We've got 3 industrial ovens here that are steam and heat, so you can steam vegetables in it, but you can also bake stuff, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
So it's very versatile.
We love it.
Yeah, so over here we've got some refrigerators where we keep all of our food.
Okay.
That's been prepped already.
So that's prepped for tomorrow?
Yes.
Already? Wow.
Yes.
So you're making more than just, I mean, how many meals are you making a day?
Right now we have about 500 crew and about 150 currently day crew, and we haven't even started surgery yet, so it's going to get up to about 800 to 1,000 a day.
Okay, so no big deal.
No big deal, just a little bit of food. So next we have our bakery. We make all of our own bakery baked goods, all of our own bread, everything that is bakery related, we make it here in-house.
Wow.
So, and we go through quite a bit of bread.
Where is most of our food coming from?
Most of our food is coming from either the Netherlands or the US.
Okay.
So we get containers from both places. It usually takes about 3 months to get here. So I kind of have to really pre-plan ahead what we think we're gonna need, how much crew we think we're gonna have. And then it's a lot of just kind of utilization of whatever they end up sending us.
Right. So so we're not getting too much locally, is that correct?
All of our fresh produce comes locally, but pretty much everything else comes via container.
Nice.
And we'll come back here to our cold side.
Wow, you didn't even reach the cold side. Wow.
I know, it's
so big.
Weird. So this is the cold side area. area, this is where they do all of the preparation of all of our fresh vegetables and everything they get ready for salads, all sorts of any sort of vegetable, cold, something that's not needed to be in the oven happens here.
Okay.
So one cool feature is we have macerators. So any sort of food that is left over or any sort of vegetable parts that we can't use get put in here, and they go down to deck 2 and they incinerate it to make it compact, and then it gets sent to the local farm for them to be able to use as fertilizer.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a really cool program. So it's like nothing that we have here. And then those farmers are the ones who end up bringing us back our vegetables. So it's like a continuous circle of us giving them back the nutrients that they gave us that we, couldn't use, and bringing it back to us. So we have 3 large fridges here. This is our dairy fridge.
Okay.
A whole fridge just for dairy.
Dang. No lactose intolerance here.
Lactose intolerance here. And then our second one here is our meat fridge. It holds all of our meat. It just helps us be able to keep things organized, to be able to keep things sanitary.
Fish?
Yep, we've got some whole Dorado fish
Oh my god.
on the menu coming up.
Okay.
And then we have our vegetable cooler here, which is very sparse because we have not restocked since we landed here in Dakar.
It's okay, we have dairy. It's
We
okay.
have dairy, but we do get vegetables tomorrow, so it will be much, much fuller than it is right now. Today was a little interesting because we were like, okay, well, what do we have left from the sale? Nothing. Okay.
Is it true you have an elevator that goes straight to the patients?
Yes, we
Is
do.
that-
Yeah. So this is the back area where the hospital
Oh,
galley
there
crew.
it is.
Yep, there it is. The hospital galley crew will finish preparations here, get everything ready, put them in these trolleys here, which will then get loaded completely on to the elevator and get taken down to deck 3 and straight into the hospital.
Thank you for the tour, Morgan.
You're welcome.
I figured while you've had the tour of the galley, but what you also need to know is that Morgan has a really cool story. And we actually connected way back through social media and through you'd seen, is it true you'd seen some of the vlogs?
Yes, actually, when I first started thinking about going to Mercy Ships, somebody sent me Carys' vlogs and was like, before you sign up, watch this. It gives you a little insight in what Mercy Ships is. So when I decided to apply, I reached out to Carys and was like, hey, we're both from the Pacific Northwest in America. Pacific Northwest is best.
Absolutely.
So it was really cool.
I thought just like real briefly, if you wouldn't mind, sharing just a little bit about how you came to be on the Global Mercy.
After I went to culinary school, I went straight into kind of a fine dining setting and worked there for a lot of years, and it was amazing for my culinary experience, but it was a really, really rough environment. A lot of darkness, a lot of overworking, a lot of burnout, a lot of addiction in my colleagues and things like that, and it just wasn't really sustainable for me and what I felt like God was calling me into. And I had the opportunity to go work abroad in Peru for a little while, and I really felt like while I was there, God told me it's time for you to leave fine dining and go feed people who need to be fed instead of feeding the people who want to be fed. And I didn't really know how I was going to do that. I tried to go back to Peru, but then COVID hit. And so there was just this one night where I really was having trouble sleeping and just really felt that call of the Lord saying, it's time to find it. And so I opened up my computer and I Googled cooking for Jesus internationally, which is absolutely crazy. And Mercy Ships popped up, and I absolutely never heard of Mercy Ships before. And so here I am.
Oh, and you've signed up for a while too,
Yes,
right?
I'm a long-termer, so I'm a 2-year commitment.
Yeah, that's great. So how many people actually, let me phrase it this way. How many people are on your team right now? And how many people do you wish you had on your team?
So right now we've just arrived to Dakar, and I have 5 full-time crew members who are here as volunteers. And then I just today received 5 day crew who are local people from Senegal who will be staying with us throughout the rest of field service. So there are 10 of us now, and we're feeding about 600 people, which is for breakfast, lunch, and dinner is quite a lot. And we do essentially everything from scratch because it's so important for us to not only be able to heal our patients you know, physically, but they're such an important part in making sure that they're eating healthy and getting the nutrition that they're getting.
So when it comes to working in the galley, and you might not know this, I don't know, but are there roles that are currently open, like vacant for people to come volunteer, or is that something that has not opened yet?
We're still kind of in that weird adjustment of trying to decide, okay, what works, what doesn't work, how many people do we really need?
Right.
But always, please send in your applications, because a lot of times in the galley we get a lot of short-term people who are coming and going pretty quickly. So there's always new spaces to be filled pretty much all the time.
And it sounds like from what you were saying before, you would love people with culinary backgrounds, but also if people don't have that background, they're trained.
Yes, just a heart to learn, and an ability to just go with the flow, and we need a lot of that here in the galley.
I'm wondering if there's anything else that your time in the galley has taught you over the season of, I don't know, it's being in Tenerife and Spain, and now being here. What's something you've learned from being in the galley?
I think just trusting on others and relying on others and not putting all the responsibility on myself. I'm one of those people that are like, oh, I'll just do it myself, and just really learning to rely on others and give them that trust to be able to do things once I show them how to do it. And I think that's really what I've been learning the most, is not to just rely on myself, but to rely on the team around me and the Lord, and just absolutely everything, and know that I don't have to do everything.
I think that sometimes, I mean, I don't want to speak in generalities, but I'm God about to anyway. I feel like when you're doing work, volunteer work that is centered around, for most people, centered around their commitment to God and wanting to share that love, sometimes I feel like we put even more pressure on ourselves than we would in maybe a corporate world. Not that you're not pressured there, I'm not saying that, but I have noticed that, we're here and we want to help people. Sometimes you can actually end up putting more than God ever intended on you to do alone. So that's a really good reminder for anyone.
Well, and it's hard when you're sometimes to set those boundaries when your room is 5 feet from your workplace.
Yeah, I'll just slip in there.
I'll just do a little thing, or I'll just stay a little late, or something like that.
Is there anything else you'd want to tell people who might be interested in working in the galley?
I would say come. It's
get over here,
please. No, it's such a fun environment. I think people often think, oh, I don't know how to cook, or I wouldn't be able to do that in a professional setting. And it really is such a great place to learn and to grow and to spend time getting to know food better, and getting to learn how it works, and how you can turn it in from one thing to another, and be able to see that step process from start to finish. And so if that's something that you're interested in doing, even if it's just for a season, we'd love to have you.
Well, thank you for taking the time to share.
You're so welcome.
And if you have more questions about the galley or that we haven't answered, I'm sure that Morgan would be more than happy to answer those in another video. So just type them, and we'll hope to answer those next time.